friend, let me tell you.
Zevi, that you didn't tell me. We're still going to send your membership bill for that, Zevi. Oh, whoa.
So tomorrow morning,
Zevi, hold on a minute.
Rabbi, tomorrow morning I should daven outside?
Why? I don't know. It depends how cold it is. It depends if you think you can daven. If you feel you can daven, okay, daven outside. If not, then daven inside. That's all.
So the rabbi's going to rescind this heter because people made kedushin.
Did people make kedushin?
Yeah.
Good to give
Lots
you.
of kedushin happening.
We don't.
There's a lot of kedushin. Jacob, I heard. I went to visit my new shmer today,
and I'm sure he cursed out this thing.
Yeah, he told me that the rabbis are going to rescind it. That's what he told me.
I don't know. I think it's at the point of no return. At this, if they rescind it, man, they're going to look like they're going to look.
I know. He told me
he's not keeping the rules. Then
I don't care.
I worked. Listen,
because I heard you davening with the minions, Yaakov.
What?
I came on now because I heard you davening with the minions.
I'm not anti-minyanim. What should I? I've been saying the minion that I had today. I don't see why I couldn't have it since Purim. Nobody was anywhere near each other. But listen, that's what they said. That's what the doctor said. That's what the doctor said. Now, I worked on the sugi a little bit this afternoon. You want to know what my opinion out stock of whether there should be minyanim? The pastor says there should be no minyanim. La halacha, I'm not talking about half. La halacha, the pastor says there should be no minyanim.
Why? Because it's uncomfortable?
No, because people don't listen. I know today
there was because the bottom line is that we
let him say why. Let him finish talking.
The bottom line is we have many doctors who say that we should not be making minyanim, right? Now, in Hilchos Yom Kippur, if we had this amount of doctors telling somebody not to fast, there'd be no rabbi in the world that would tell you that that person should fast. Because when you have a few doctors who say this person should not fast, then you go with that, right? Now, davening with a minyan is not even a derabbanan. Okay, yes, we're mechuyev to daven with a minyan. No, don't get me wrong. We're mechuyev to daven with a minyan. But on a suffix of a sakana, if you're going to rely on these doctors and you're going to say that you can't eat, so then to not make a minyan is a kal v'chaimer ben benoishel kal v'chaimer that you shouldn't do it. That's so from the halachic standpoint, the pashtus is that there should be no minyan. That's all, based on that. Now, why are the rabbis? Now, I'm not smarter than any of the rabbis. So what's the pshat that they're lenient? So basically, what they're saying is that if, according to New York law, according to federal and state law, everybody stands on their own property and they make a minyan, and it's not illegal. So that means that their doctors are telling them that's okay. So how can you tell people that they can't do it? How can you go more chomer? And the other doctors are saying, of course you can go more chomer. Why can't you go more chomer than the law? That's where the give and the take is.
But that's no different than they've been saying for 2 months.
Correct. Nothing changed over the 2 months. Yes.
So why stop minyanim altogether then?
No, because what they're saying is that with the tziruf, that things have calmed down, and since many people quarantine, so it seems like it has gotten a lot better. So therefore, the combination of those two, that's what they're saying. I personally, what should I tell you? Who cares what my opinion is? It's not a das and it's not a das Torah, certainly not.
We do.
It's the same opinion that anybody else has. So if you in the halacha of it, from the halachic angle, that's what I think, that there should be no minyanim, but whatever. No, what can you do? It is what it is. Yeah.
So where was your minion?
So going back to it, if I'm number 10, do I have a chiyuv to go out?
You said no on Friday.
I said what I told people Friday after the call, before the call, is that if you feel that you can't daven properly, so tell the minion that you're going to go out there for the kaddish and the baruch Hu and all that. It shouldn't be that long that you have to stay out there, and then go back inside and daven. What do you call it? That's all. Push comes to shove. Are you mechuyev? If you can't, then you're bitzar to go outside. You're not mechuyev to. Because everybody be'etzim is potter from minyan. Nobody's denying that be'etzim you have no chiyuv to daven in a minyan in these times. Even the machmirim say there's no chiyuv. So there's no chiyuv. There's no chiyuv. You know what I mean?
Aaron, I drove
People are doing
outside your
something that
house.
they're not mechuyev to do. You're not mechuyev to make yourself meshugah.
What did you say? Who said that?
Aaron, I drove by your house on Erev Shabbos. There were about 50 people standing out there in hats and jackets at about 3:30.
Yisroel.
Yeah.
Yisroel, I don't live in Lakewood. Sorry.
I go to Paragway every Erev Shabbos.
Really? Why?
To visit
He goes to
Tzviat.
visit his mother. He's a tzaddik.
By the way,
Yes.
Yisroel, you happen to be right. We had a minion at 3 o'clock. You're right.
It was jammed. There were like 100 people there.
Not 100.
I know. I'm just saying a lot.
What are you
Can I
saying?
ask something? Are the machmirim in davening with a minion? Are they being
Ooh, he added
machmir in
another
davening
woman
with a
to the
minion
group.
or mekel and sakonos nefashis? Which way are they looking at it?
They're basically saying that.
There's no sakonos nefashis.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what
They're going to
saying.
look at it very differently in the next few months when the numbers triple.
Let's hope not. Let's
That's
let's not
projection.
You know,
I know,
Jesse,
but
you
hopefully it
sound
won't
like you're
be.
hoping that people die
Jesse's-
from it.
Jesse's always a breath of sunshine, you know?
Jesse, what do you say to what do you say that Cuomo said last week that all the people that have been admitted for COVID now have been quarantining? What's the shot in that?
It doesn't matter because if someone's quarantining like a shaita, then it doesn't even count as quarantine.
Okay, but he's saying that they quarantined and stayed at home and they still
But
got
he
it.
didn't say that they quarantined properly. These are people that are still going to stores. They're still getting Amazon packages. They're still getting food delivered that was touched by 43 and a half Mexicans before it got to their house. So,
Ooh, he's a racist now, too. Look at him. Jeez.
well, do you order from Gourmet Glot or not?
Yeah.
What's a hat?
Okay.
Chicken?
What?
Can't hear you. Blank down. Okay, we're ready to learn some Torah now.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, what's up?
Ready? So we're up to Samach Gimel Amud Beis. Ki Yasser Rav Dimi Omer Rav Yochanan. Yeah. Tonight's the end of the sugya of the whole carrying. So there's actually a lot to do. So but the problem is it's Motzei Shabbos. I mean, it's not a problem that it's Motzei Shabbos, but it's there's actually a bunch of toises that we have to do. I'm just warning you. Samach Dalet Amud Aleph is quite complicated. It's not complicated, just a lot of drushes. So don't lose faith. Just hang in there while we read. We're gonna blast through it. Okay. But anyways, we're on Samach Gimel Amud Beis. Where is it? Ki Yasser Rav Dimi Omer Rav Yochanan, around 12 to 15 lines up from the bottom. Yeah, so Ki Yasser Rav Dimi Omer Rav Yochanan. Minayin la'arid kol shehu tameh. How do we know that something that's woven, even a small amount, is going to be tameh? So we learn out mitzitz from the tzitz. The tzitz is what the can you hear me, or is too much background noise? Hey, Miriam, you got to go in the office, please. Okay. Okay. Kol shum tameh mitzitz. So we learn it out from tzitz. Now tzitz is a thing that goes across the forehead of the Kohen Gadol, right? That's the tzitz. Yeah, they went across the forehead. Some of the bad, but tzitz origu, was the tzitz woven? We're saying we're learning out that something woven is makabel tuma, right? From the tzitz. Was the tzitz woven? But Tanya tzitz kimin tashels of the tzitz is like a metal sheet for reichiv shtei etzbos. It's two fingers wide, and goes around from ear to ear because of a love, but base sheetin, and it says it on two lines, yud k, yud, right? Lamala v'kodesh lamed lamata, right? It says on a yud k on the top, and on the bottom is kodesh with a lamed, meaning kodesh lashem. Yeah, so basically you'd want the yud k to be on the top. So the Rashi goes through all the different. Rashi has one opinion. The Rishonim have different opinions of exactly how it looked on the tzitz. Yeah, the art scroll has a good. Anybody have an art scroll? They could show it. They can hold it up to the camera or something, and this island could see the different opinions. Or you have one of the picture books. Can you see that? Can't see it so clear. Yeah, but I don't see the letters on it. Oh, yeah, there. Okay. Right. So, okay, but there's different opinions about whether it's on the top or on the bottom. Yeah. Kaddish Lashem, because you want the Shem on the top, you want the Kaddish before. Okay, whatever it is. But that's what it does. That's what it is on the tzitz. The Kaddish of the Vamar of Elazar Yossi, I saw it in Rome. They had the tzitz in Rome because of Kaddish Hashem B'shita Achas, and it said Kaddish Hashem in one line. Okay, so we have a disagreement of exactly how the Kaddish Hashem, was it on 2 lines or 1 line? Ki salak Rav Dimi l'nardoi, when Rav Dimi went up to Ardoi, shalach lu devarim shamarti lechem tois hem biyadi. He said the things that I said before that we learned out from tzitz, that was a mistake. Like
actually, here, look at the bottom one.
Oh, so you have
3 opinions.
Yeah. Can you see it? Can you see it clear? Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, so he said the things that I said to you before was a mistake. Hold on a second. Oh, good. Thank you, whoever posted that. But did you lose me here? Okay, yeah. Thank you for posting that. Anyways, so he said that minayin l'tachshit kolshu shu tameh mitzitz. How do you know that a tachshit is a kolshu? We learn it out from tzitz. Minayin la'arik kolshu shu tameh oibeged, from the word oibeged. So it has nothing to do with tzitz. Meaning the reason why it seems that it got confused was because he was learning out 2 things in one memra. Again, he said, how do you know that a tzitz? How do you know a tachshit? Any sort of, because we said this the last week, that anything that's a tachshit, then it's a kli, is makabel tumah. So anything that's considered jewelry is also makabel tumah. So how do you know? Because the tzitz is makabel tumah, so that's a piece of jewelry on the kohen gadol. So to any jewelry. And how do you know something that's woven? That's from the word oibeged. Taner Rabbanan. Fine. Arig kolshu tameh. The arig, that's something that's woven a slight amount, is tameh. But tachshit kolshu tameh. And even the smallest jewelry is tameh. Arig tachshit kolshu tameh. And if something is woven and it's a tachshit, meaning mixed together, then it's Rashi says it's half and half woven and half metal, then it's going to be tameh. Moisef sak ala beged shetameh mishum arig. And we can add on to the sack, a sack has even one more step than a beged, that it's tameh mishum arig, right? Yeah, we're going to see weiter what this means exactly, that a sack is tameh even for woven. Amar Rabba, arig kolshu tameh me oy beged, tachshit kolshu tameh mitzitz. So Rabba says the same thing. If it's something's woven for kolshu, you learn it out from oy beged, and something that's a jewelry, you learn it out from the tzitz. Arig v'tachshit kolshu tameh mikol kli masa. Right, so in the arig and tachshit kolshu together is tameh, meaning it's half and half. That's mikol kli masa, from the word mikol. Okay, so but that was said by midyan, right? So who says that has to do with all tum and tara? Right, that's tumas mace, right? Who says when here we're talking about tumas sheretz? How do you learn it now? Amalei gomer kli mehosam. You learn how to gzeira shava kli. By sheretz it says kli, and there it says kli. Okay. Now, fasten your seatbelts. We're going to have now limudim from how to learn out all different tumas by tumas sheretz, tumas mace. They're going to be similar. It's going to be gzeira shavas, and it's sometimes not so easy to understand. We'll try and do our best. Okay, it's going to take us the entire Amud. So we're saying that a sack is even more than a beged, because it becomes tameh from woven. But isn't a beged also woven? Isn't that how we make clothing? No, so what a sack is added onto a beged is that even if it's not woven, it's still tameh. Meaning a beged, in order for it to be tameh, has to be woven. A sack does not have to be woven in order to become tameh. L'may chazi. What are you doing with a sack that's not woven? No, because an ani will take 3 strands from a sack, right? And he will, which really means goat hair, and he'll use it to hang it on the neck of his daughter. So therefore, there is some sort of use for it. Okay, so turn up on a sack. Ainly a sack. The rabbi says a kilkuli as a chevek. How do you know that it's coming to include? How do you say this? These are things that hold things onto the animal. So we learn from the word oisak. Then how about maybe this also includes ropes, right? That you tie things onto the animal, different types of ropes. Just like a sack is woven and spun, or spun and woven is the right order. So to anything that's woven, spun and woven. But this says it by mace, right? And that's coming to include kilkuli and chebek. So you would think it's coming to include also ropes and these type of things. So we have a din. We're going to learn out the halacha from timeh b'sheretz and timeh b'meis. You have tumah by sheretz and tumah by meis. Makash timeh b'sheretz le timeh ele tviva arig. Just like by sheretz, the Torah only says that it's assur. If it's spun and woven, afkash timeh b'meis le timeh ele tviva arig. Even by meis, we're going to learn out it's not tameh only tvi and arig. So it's a mamatzino. Just like by sheretz, we have that din. So we have the same din by mace. Hain, so Gemara says, Hain, is that true? If we're going to be mekel by something by tameh sheretz, right? We're only going to say that things that are spun and woven become tameh. Are we going to be mekel by tumas hameis? That's more chomer. No, so we're going to learn out from beged and or as a gzeira shava, right? Because it says beged and or by both. Never beged or b'sheretz, never beged or b'meis. Ma beged or b'sheretz, just like beged and or, meaning is clothing and leather. That it says b'sheretz like timeh ele tviva arig, it only is going to be matama something that's spun and woven. Af beged or amar b'meis like timeh ele tviva arig. Uma beged or amar b'meis tameh kol masa izim, and then we're going to go the other way too with the gzeira shava. We're going to learn out something from mace, and just like by mace, the only thing that's tameh is anything that comes from goats. Af beged var, not everything, but it is matama things that come from goats. Af beged var, amar b'sheretz tameh kol masa izim. It's a maisa of izim, not from goats, but it's the maisa that you would do with things that come from goats, meaning from goat hair. So that only tells you something that comes from izim. How do you know that something that comes from the tail of a horse or the tail of a cow that would also become tameh? We have the word oisak, but that we have in the question. If anybody's been following, which I'm barely doing, so don't think that I'm just following this easily, right? But oisak, we just learned above, comes to include those things that you tie the animal on, right? We learned the oisak to include kilkuli and chevek, which is what you carry things on the back of the animal with. So the hanimil mikami the less gzeira shava. That's before the gzeira shava. Ashtas gzeira shava. Now that we have the gzeira shava, ayasalu. Now we have these extra words I beg it to include something else. Fairly other b'sheretz. The tumas mace minayin. This only tells you by sheretz. How do you know this all is included with tumas mace? V'dinu, meaning because it says I beg it by sheretz. How do you know that we're going to include it? So v'dinhu timeh mace v'timeh b'sheretz maksh timeh b'sheretz also davar above mizana v'sus mizana v'parkum as izim. Just like by when you buy sheretz, we're saying anything that comes from a tail is like maisa izim, like from a goat. Afkish timeh b'mace also davar above mizana v'sus mizana v'parkum as izim. So then what it says, hey, is that true? Im harbi b'tumas erev shehi meruba, right? If you're going to make something tameh by tumas erev, which is just tumah for the day, which is sheretz, shehi meruba, that we have a lot of that, meaning that's much more common. Narba b'tumas shiva shehi muetas. Are we going to say that the same thing applies to tumas shiva, that it's less, which is much less often, right? I guess people will come tameh to a sheretz much less often than they come tameh to a mace. Because we have beged v'or and beged v'or to gzeira shava. Never beged v'or b'sheretz. Never beged v'or b'mace. It says beged v'or, right, clothing and leather by sheretz, and it says beged v'or b'mace. Ma beged v'or b'sheretz. Also davar above mizana v'sus mizana v'parukim as izim. So we make anything that comes from the tail of the horse and the tail of the paruv, like mas izim. Af beged v'or b'mace. Also davar above mizana v'sus mizana v'parukim as izim. So okay, so we have another gzeira shava. Umufna. Now, this is a very big rule by gzeira shava, that if the words, there's two types of gzeira shavas. You can have gzeira shavas with just similar words in one parsha to another parsha. And you can have a gzeira shava and then you can have a gzeira shava which is much stronger, which is if the word is mufna, it's available to make the gzeira shava, meaning it's an extra word, and then clearly the Torah's kavanah with that extra word was for the gzeira shava. So that's much stronger. If you can get a gzeira shava mufna, then that makes the gzeira shava much stronger. Now you could have mufna, because again, you're taking two parshias, so you have two words in each parsha. So you can have mufna mitzad echad, meaning one word is extra, and then you could also have a gzeira shava, which is the ultimate gzeira shava, which is you have two extra words, one in each parsha, then it's very strong. So the Gemara says a mufna, right? So it is mufna. Do you love mufna equal mifrach? Meaning when I'm sorry, one more point. When it's mufna, you can't really ask on the gzeira shava. So the Gemara is saying mufna, these words must be extra. The word mufna, the translation means it's panui, pnuya, available, it's single, meaning it's available. So the Gemara is saying mufna, it must be that it is available. Mufna, because if it's not, you can ask, how can you compare sheretz to mace? Sheretz has the chumrah that it's tameh be'ka'adasha, like a lentil, not a kazayas. So we say liya fluim mufna. It is true. It is available. Michti sheretz iskish shikva zera. Why? Because sheretz we could compare to shikva zera, to semen. That siv ish asher teitz imen shikva zera. But you have a man that shikva zera comes out of him. Samachlei ish asher yiga b'chol sheretz. It says in a man it touches every sheretz. Usibei b'shikva zera b'chol beged b'chol ar asher yiga love shikva zera. Beged b'ar d'kos rachmana b'sheretz lamali. So then we have the gzeira shava, but we have a comparison between shikva zera and sheretz. And now what do you need beged b'ar by sheretz? Shmamina lafnuye. So therefore it's mufna, and therefore you can't ask any questions. Akati mufna mitzad echad, who, and still it's mufna from one side. That's good according to the opinion that says if one of the words of the gzeira shava is available, so you learn something out, you can't. Meshivan literally means answer, but means you can't ask any questions on it, and then it works. But according to Mandamer, it says that we have to, you learn it out, but you could ask questions on it. What are you going to say about this gzeira shava? So we say the mace nami afnuyim mufna. No, by mace also, it's extra. Michti mace is shikva zera. Why? Because mace we could compare it to shikva zera. To siva he gave b'chol tamei nefesh or ish asher teitz min shikva zera. Uksiva shikva zera b'chol beged b'chol or beged v'or the cost of one of a mace lam. Alish mamina lafnuye. Okay. Bottom line is there mufna. Givaldik. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. End of vacation for those that mailed it in on this one. You can come back in. Okay. For this. Okay. The Nikrav Sazok Gemara. Yeah. And for those that don't want to hear a major chumrah, it's not a chumrah, a halacha lemaisa that unfortunately people are not makbid on, then continue to tune out. Okay. But if not, then pay attention, or try at least. I will try and pay attention to. But Nikrav is korban Hashem ish asher motza klezav atzada v'tzamed tabas ogel v'kumas. Right. So this is talking about after midyan. So the Olam knows the story with midyan. So basically, what happened was the midyan ladies coerced the men to try and be mezana with them. So in their punishment, the Yidden went and destroyed midyan. So when they came back, they decided to be makar of karbonas. So what were the karbonas made out of? And so basically what they took gold and jewelry that they captured from the Midianites, as they call it, right, from Midyan, and they were makar it on as a korban. So it says v'nikrav as a korban Hashem ish asher matzah klei zav atzada v'tzamid tabas ogel v'kuma. So atzada and tzamid and tabas, those are your standard jewelry. Atzada is like a necklace. Tzamid and tabas is a ring. And a tzamid is, how do they touch tzamid again? Anybody have that touch? One's a necklace. Tabas is a ring.
Bracelets and anklets.
Bracelets, thank you. Bracelets and ankles. So ogel v'kumas. So what is an ogel and a kumas? So Amar Rabbi Lazar, ogel zet fushel dadin. The ogel is a gold bust of a woman's breasts. That's ogel. Kumas zet fushel beis harechem. And kumas is the same type of thing made out of gold of a woman's rechem, her womb. Amar Rav Yosef, ihachi, how did I go to mitar kamin on machuch? If that's the case, now ihach is usually a question. Here it's not a question. If this is what it's saying, that's the targum of these words is machuch. It's something that brings you to laughing, meaning if a man's with a woman, so it makes him happy, so that's gichus, and that must be what these things are. We can learn that out from the pasuk. You don't need the targum because it says kumas is kan makam zima. Okay. Then we continue. It says in this same sugya, Moshe was angry at the Pekudei Achayil, at the officers that came to bring the korban. Why are you bringing a korban? What are you feeling guilty about? They bringing a korban. Maybe you guys went back to your original kilkel, which is that you were mezana with your midyan women. No, they're not. Nobody. We didn't lose any men, meaning nobody did anything wrong. So then why are you bringing korbanos for a kapara? Even if we went out from doing an avera, meaning they didn't do an avera, but thinking about doing the avera, that we haven't gone out from. And immediately they brought the korban to Hashem just because it entered their head to do an avera. How come the klal Yisroel needed a kapara on those days? Why? Because their eyes, and this is the part that you don't want to listen to. Because their eyes, it doesn't mean znus. It means, Rashi says it's lashon mazon. They fed them their eyes with ervos, meaning they looked at things that they weren't supposed to. Why did they count the tachshitin of the outside, right, rings and all that, with tachshitin of bifnim, meaning the pasuk we just had on Amud Aleph? So it says bracelets and whatever, bracelets, rings, those are on the outside of a woman's body. And the kumas, we said, is the womb, that's the inside of the body, right? So how come the Torah is putting them all together? Anybody who even stares at the smallest finger of a woman, meaning like this, the pinky, it's as if he's looking at her when she's naked. Okay? We paskin like this in Shulchan Aruch. Okay? That if you look at a woman, even at her pinky, it's as if you're looking at her undressed. Okay? That's halacha l'maisa. So, and that is, so you're not allowed to look, basically you're not allowed to look at women. We're not gonna harp on this, but the bottom line is it's a shver assur. It's something shver. The Hasidim are not crazy. Okay, the bottom line is that it's just as assur to look at the pinky of a woman than to go into McDonald's and eat a hamburger or a cheeseburger. Just as assur, right? But whatever, for whatever reason, the Welt is very makel on this. I'm not saying I'm no tzaddik myself, but I'm just saying we're unfortunately very makel with it, and it's a shver assur. You see how strict the Gemara is taking it. Okay.
If somebody's looking, the way he's looking to be nana, is it different than stam looking?
Yes, 100%. So you could have a conversation with a woman if that's what's necessary. But if it's not necessary, then you're not allowed. So I'm just So if it's necessary, yes. But if it's unnecessary, not. Certainly, just stam to look at a woman is not allowed. Right. That's all. But yeah, you have to be normal about it. But stam to look is not allowed. Yeah? Okay, Zok the Mishnah. Now this is a major Mishnah. If you want to get involved with whether women could wear shaitels or not, this is the Mishnah for you. Okay? If you don't care, then not. So Yoytzet Isha b'mechute seir, a woman could go out with strings of hair, bein mishala, bein mishal chaverta. Whether it's her own hair, which means obviously it's disconnected from her hair. If it's her own hair, of course she can go out with her own hair, right? So what it means is that she cuts off her own hair and then braids it in her hair. That's one case. And bein mishal chaverta, or her friends. She takes her friend's hair and she adds it to her hair, so it looks like she has more hair on her head. Bein mishal behema, whether it comes from an animal, or that's first case. Agav, the Mishnah Brura discusses, can a woman make a sheitel from her own hair? And this has come up a lot in the last few years, something called baby hair and sheitels. I don't know if all you guys are zeiche to know from such things. Okay? But, yeah. So baby hair is what they do is, so the women want to leave their baby hair out. That's connected, that's shver. But what they do is they ask the woman to give some of her own baby hair and put it into the sheitel, and then it makes it look much more human. Okay, shine.
What is it, baby? What is it?
Baby hair is like the little hairs, on the edge of your hair that are not, that for whatever reason don't grow long. So if you add that to the shaitos, then it makes the shaitel look. I think this is already, they're already on to lace, lace things. That's the lace, what do they call them? Lace tops. That's already the latest craziness with the shaitos. But either way, Mr. Brura paskins that a woman is me'ikra din allowed to cut her own hair and make a shaitel from it. I don't remember the exact lashon, but I think he says better not, but he certainly paskins me'ikra din a woman can make a shaitel from her own hair. Not, okay, let's make it very clear. Not that she could mix her hair that's attached to her head into her shaitel. That's not what we're saying. She cuts her hair and she makes it into shaitel.
Why does it change ever?
What? Because once it's not connected to the body, it doesn't have the same thing. You see it right here. Here we're saying that the lady can go out, right? Whether it's hers or not. What is she doing? It's her own hair that she's putting into. She's mixing it in. It's her own cut hair, mixing it in. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember if the Mishnah brings this. I don't think so. But from here, it's very clear that that's Muslim.
It's ever mitzad her, mitzad the person looking at her.
Well, if you're going to go like that, then any woman wearing a human hair shaitel is assur.
I'm asking. I don't know.
Right, so there are some poskim that learn from this daf that you're not allowed to. A woman's not allowed to wear a human hair shaitel. Yeah.
Zevi, it says very stark from here.
What?
Zevi, try it on your collar. See how that works.
Yeah. Huh? Rabbi Vaji is very stark from this sugi.
There, from this, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Rabbi Vaji is very stark. Anyway, but this goes back to Rishonim already. Shiltei Giborim brings. I actually saw it. I was looking at Art Scroll today. They bring this in the Art Scroll somewhere. I saw it. I don't remember exactly what they say. I think they bring Shiltei Giborim that says that from this Gemara he says that a woman can wear human hair shaitels, and then they bring the chalkin. Okay, whatever it is. Ubatoitefes, ubasarbitin, back in the Mishnah. Toitefes and sarbitin, those are things that go across the head, right? Bisman shehin tfurin. They can only go out with them when they're sewn into something that's on their head. The kovel ubepeya nochris, the chotzer. Now this is an important one. The kovel ubepeya nochris. The kovel is, we had a kovel already, but the kovel is like a cap, right? A cap, and peya nochris. What's a peya nochris? Peya nochris is a human hair shaitel that belonged to a guy. I mean, the hair belonged to a guy. You can go out with it to a chotzer. So you clearly see from this Mishnah, the pashut reading of the Mishnah is that a woman could wear a peya nochris, right? Because otherwise, peya nochris is also a whole week. So what are you even talking about in the Mishnah, right? Again, kaval peya nochris lechotzer. You can go out to your chotzer. But the Mishnah is saying that a woman cannot wear a wig in Rishus Harabim. Right, so all the women that are putting on a shaitel to go to shul. Now again, we have eruvin, so that's I'm saying. But assuming you don't use the eruv, right? Maybe this is the head to why women use the eruv and men don't. According to the frumah, because the women are wearing shaitels to shul, right? Maybe okay, whatever it is. But midin the Gemara, they cannot wear a shaitel. So if you go to Brooklyn, let's say, if you're in Brooklyn, midin the Gemara, you cannot wear a shaitel outside. We'll see in the Taisus. We'll see in the maybe we'll see in the Taisus.
Yaakov, why is that different than wearing cufflinks?
What each thing has to be cheshbon to itself, right? L'chayra, why should you be assur to wear in Rosh Hashanah? No woman's taking off her shaitel in Rosh Hashanah,
right?
Yeah, so that's true. So we're gonna have to see. What do you mean? Who said what? Cufflinks? They're what?
You're allowed to wear cufflinks even if you don't use the eruv.
Yeah, but cufflinks is a functioning part of your shirt.
Yeah, I mean,
unless your sleeves are rolled up.
Why is this any different than a shirt? That's
no. I'm saying this is attached to your body. Why is it different than wearing a yarmulke?
Well, it's not. It's not. It's not attached to your body. Why is it attached to your body?
It clips into your hair.
What?
It clips into your hair. The shaitel.
It clips into the hair. So what? But they're still afraid that you might take it off. Now the question is why they're afraid you can take it off. Let's see the Gemara.
Right.
Let's see the Gemara.
No different than a yarmulke, no.
No different than a shirt. You wouldn't take your shirt off in public because you have to cover yourself. So to that woman's hair.
Parents would take their shirt off in public. Yes.
I think maybe the pshat is that women are a different am.
Yeah, so what are you saying?
They'll take it off.
They will take off?
That's what the Gemara is chayshish about.
I'm saying, well, what's a pshat? Why would they take off their hair?
Because women take off stuff to show to other women. Men don't.
A woman would take a shaitel off in Rishus Harabim to show to another woman.
And then what about Nechatzer? We said Nechatzer not, right?
What?
In the Nechatzer, it's not an issue.
In a chotzer, it's not an issue, correct?
Why?
Because the chotzer, you're allowed to carry it. Even if they take it off, you're allowed to carry it in there.
But are they taking it off or they're not taking it off?
No, they're not supposed to, but the shaila is they might. Right?
Is that the shaila here? The shaila is they might take it off?
It's a machlokes. It's a machlokes what the pshat is in this thing. What are you saying?
Why isn't it stamazay and masui?
Well, why should it be? That's what the Ilam's tiny. It's an article of clothing. Why should it be a masui?
What way is it a beggar? It's only used to cover their hair. It's not,
no,
not
so
a real
is it,
covering.
One second. Are you allowed to cut a shaitel in Sfira? Let's bring it to practical now, yeah? Can you cut a shaitel in Sfira? So if you say it's a hair, then you can't. If you say it's a beggar, then you could, right? And then the opposite... And the opposite is cholamoyed. Cholamoyed, can you wash a shaitel? So if you hold its hair, then you can wash it. If you hold it's a beggar, you can't.
Isn't that my sewn?
Let's say you wash it on your own.
Still, 99% of women would make that a maisa uman.
What?
No, your wife is so fancy, apparently. No, that's not true. My wife washes her own. I wouldn't say 99%. There are enough women that wash their own shit. Look.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, but the problem is also, so part of the problem is that they may get laughed at with their shaitel, and then they might take it off in Rishus Harabim. That's also part of the issue. But if a woman's going to get embarrassed from it, so she's going to take it off.
So then why is she leaving the house with it? And why doesn't this also cover it?
No, meaning she thinks it looks good, and then somebody comes and laughs at her and says, hey,
so then
it's disgusting.
So it's the same thing as a tickle then, because what if she sees a tickle is ugly? So that means the woman's just not allowed to leave the house?
Maybe. It will help with the previous Gemara to have men not look at her. Maybe that's why that Gemara is before this Gemara. I don't know.
Maybe we can just get Shabbos burkas.
They may take that off too.
I was going to say, it sounds very Muslim-esque, these Gemaras.
Yeah, well, no, we're not saying that's because we're afraid that that we're not trying to hide the women. That's not the pshat. Otherwise, the Gemara would say they shouldn't go out. No, just a matter of them going out with things that we have to make sure that they're not going to be embarrassed to take it off. Okay, we'll see the Gemara. We'll get to the Gemara. Yeah. So is
this a raya to buy your wife a $6,000 shaitel?
Is it a raya to do it?
It depends. You get
won't be embarrassed.
How do you know? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, you just reminded me of some story I read today. I can't remember. But there's more strange here. This is another interesting element. She's allowed to go out with cotton in her ear. With Moshe sandal, she can go out with cotton in her sandal to make it more comfortable. With Moshe skin, she can go out with which would be the present day equivalent of a tampon or a pad. Okay? Now, we're going to see that that's not so pashut at all. So Rashi says, what is this for? Right? For what do you mean for linidasa? So she puts it there so that it doesn't get her clothing dirty. Taisus asks a pashut the kash on Rashi. We learned already way back when in the first parak that you're not allowed to wear something in Rishus Harabim that is there to protect your clothing. That's carrying, right? A raincoat, a rain hat. That's the rain hat issue. Can you wear that rain hat on top of your hat, right? So that's there to protect your hat. Something to protect your clothing is not allowed to be worn, right? So Taisus says that it's not to protect the clothing. Taisus says is that maybe if you don't wear this, so then it's going to get dirty on her basar and it's going to dry and that it's going to cause her pain. It's not because of that, yeah.
Oh,
and the Shulchan Aruch paskins like Taisus, right? So in a Rishus Harabim, if a woman is is just seeing ksumim, staining, and she's not having a full flow, then it's assur to wear a tampon or a pad if you don't have an eruv. Just saying, and the same thing with the moich dachuk, right, which is the cloth they put in after they have siktara for 42 minutes. Most places can say that she cannot go out to the Shasarabim with that on. Okay, fine. So that's that. But pilpuli, ubegalgul melach, v'chol davar shenitnu l'sarch piyah. The pilpul is what do you call it again? A peppercorn, or a piece of salt, or anything she puts into her mouth in case she has bad breath. So she is allowed to. She's allowed to go out as long as she doesn't put it in there in the first place on Shabbos. Okay, which we also have two different pshatim with that in Tosfos. The first pshat is that why can't you put it in the chatchila on Shabbos? Because that's refuah, right? And then Tosfos says, no, it may look like she's trying to carry something by putting it out there. It might look to people that she's trying to scam the system and carry something out within her mouth. Okay. And if it does fall out like tafsir, she shouldn't put it back. Shein teseves, shein sozov, Rabbi Marta v'cham oisim. A gold tooth, right? Or first a fake tooth, or a gold tooth. Rabbi says mutar chacham say assur. So the reason why that's not practical nowadays doesn't mean that somebody has false teeth can't go into Rosh Hashanah. Nowadays, that nobody takes out a gold tooth, right? If you have a gold tooth, it's not removable, right? So therefore, that's not a chashash. Okay. Now it's Zokti Gemara. But tzricha, we need to say two cases, one from her and one going out with stuff that's in her braids that are made out of her own hair or somebody else's hair. Yeah, but tzricha diyash min dida mishum deloy maz. If we're going to say her hair, so that's not going to get disgusting on her, so then why would she take it out of her hair on Shasarab? But sometimes she can get disgusted that she's wearing her friend's hair in her own hair. So you'd think that she can't go out with him Rosh Hashanah. And if it would say her friend, the Bas Minahu, that it's still human hair, so she's not going to get disgusted from it. But a behema is not human. So Amalai, and she would think maybe she shouldn't go out because she might get disgusted from it. In the middle of Rosh Hashanah, she says to herself, why am I walking around with a behemoth's hair in my head? So Amalai, so tzricha, that's what you need it. Fine. So we have in Brisa that says that a girl cannot go out with the hair of an elderly woman. There's a kaina b'shel yalda. And an elderly woman can't go out with braids of hair from a young girl. So Bishlam is a kaina b'shel yalda shavachula. Right? So, I mean, a lady, an older lady going out with a younger woman's hair, so that's a good thing for her, right? And she might show it. That's what the Gemara says. She might show off that hair. Why would she ever show it off? Genai hula. That's a genai. Why would a young girl be showing off an old lady's hair? So the Gemara answers, I did. Since it's saying that an elderly can't go out with a younger, it's a tananami yada b'shel skena, but really didn't have to be taught because that's pashut. That if an elderly woman can't go out with a younger woman's hair, so then older woman can't go out with a younger woman. Younger woman can't go out with an older woman's hair. Yeah.
What's the chashash over here? She'll take it off.
I think she's going to show it off. Like, hey, look at the way that you see on the side. The Gemara says that, and we're afraid that she's going to show it off. She's going to show it off, not just going to take it off. All right.
So if she's not, that would mean she should be mutter. Why is it ID at the end?
No, the reason why it's assur, right? It's assur for an old lady to go out with a young woman's hair, and since it already said that, so we're going to also say that a young woman can't go out with an old woman's hair, right?
Well, with the way the Gemara asks it, Bishlam is a kaina b'shel yalda shvachula. It's good for her, therefore she'll take it off. But if it's Ganai Hula, why would she take it off? What's the Gemara asking?
Yeah.
So if the Gemara is saying she wouldn't take it off, then she should be allowed to wear it.
No, so I think the Gemara is saying that we're still going to be chayshid. We're still going to be chayshid that she'll take it off.
This is a very weird bunch of Gemaras.
Why is it so weird?
No woman is taking off her sheitel or her earrings.
No, this case is not talking about sheitel. This is talking about.
Jesse, you haven't met my mother.
We got proved wrong about the earring already. The Rebbe said that they would.
Opposed to my wife that I asked, and she said no woman would take off her earrings. So yesh omrim.
Jesse, it's on you because it depends what type of earrings you're getting her.
Yeah, that's strange. Women take off the earrings.
No, I'm saying it's no. What's that? Let me just answer Gershon's. We're saying in a kol shekain that what are you saying? You're saying that it should. It's
what was the Gemara's question? The Gemara's flipping from the question to the answer. The question was that she should be allowed to wear it outside. The teretz is it's pashut that she can't. What happened?
Right. So 1 second. So the pashut that she cannot go out. Yeah. Okay. So truth is maybe that's really a kasha on the Sfarim Yeshanim, right? The gear says asil asuya, but maybe that's a kasha taka. Why what your kasha is. So maybe you can flip it. See, this is the problem with all these. Not the problem, but this is what makes it complicated. Maybe it's the other way around, right? If we're worried that the older lady can't go out with the younger, it's because she may get laughed at. Let's turn it. Say a different shot. Let's go without that shot. As if the old lady can't go out with the younger lady because we're afraid they're going to laugh at her. So kol shekain, a young woman can't go out with an older woman that because they may laugh at her. Then everything works, right? Yeah, very good. Okay, shkoya. Yeah, so let's go with that shot. Yeah, very good. Okay, Jesse, we're going to get to that in a minute. Let's just finish up this Gemara and then. I know it's getting late, but yeah, let's just.
They didn't have their hair covered under the sheitel.
Can hardly hear you, Peretz.
How do you know they didn't have their hair covered under the sheitel? Meaning they may have had like a do-rag on, and then
do-rags weren't invented till 2000.
No, but they had kovel. A kovel is a cap.
Yes, so they're not uncovering their hair; they're just taking off their sheitel now to show it off, but their hair is still covered.
Okay, let's see the next Gemara. Let's just see it because that's it's going to discuss it. But kovel will pay a nachras l'chotzer. You can go out with this cap and a pay a nachras to the chotzer. So I'm a Rav. Kol shas ucham lotzis by Rosh Hashanah, also lotzis by l'chotzer. Anything that is assur to go out to Rosh Hashanah, it's assur to go out to the chotzer with. Okay? Chutz mi kovel pay a nachras, except for a kovel and pay a nachras, which is like our Mishna. Rav Anani bar Sosan Mishmei Rabbi Shmuel Amar Akol Kovel. He disagrees. He says everything is like a kovel, right? So the Gemara says Tanan bekovel pei nachas l'chotzer. It says bekovel pei nachas l'chotzer. Bishlam Rav Nicha. According to Rav, it makes a lot of sense. He said that kovel and a pei nachas you could go out to your chotzer. El Rav Anani bar Sosan kasha, right? It's a kasha according to him. Rav Anani bar Sosan Mishmei the man komer. Like who do you say it in the name of Mishmei the Rabbi Shmuel bar Rabbi Yossi? It's in the name of Rabbi Shmuel bar Yossi. Rabbi Shmuel bar Yossi Tanu Palig. He's saying a b'shem Rabbi Shmuel bar Yossi, who's a Tana, and he disagrees. Okay, fine. Okay, so now we basically have a machlokes whether a woman is allowed to go out with a sheitel even into her own yard. For Rav Mishna Hani, how come these two kovel and pei nachris you're allowed to go out to the chotzer even though you can't take in Rosh Hashanah? Amar Ula kadesh leitis kana al baila. Here, Aaron Kaplan, this is where the difference is between this and cufflinks. The only reason why she's allowed to wear a wig in her house on Shabbos and in her yard is so that she shouldn't be disgusting to her husband. A woman in her nidas. They said that a dova b'nidas, a woman when she's in this should not get dressed up because that's going to attract her husband, and they may come to Isser. Rabbi Kiva until Rabbi Kiva comes and teaches us in Cain at the Magan al Baila. She's going to be disgusting to her husband. If you don't let a woman who's in need to get dressed up, she's going to look disgusting to her husband. And it's a Baila Magarsha, and her husband's going to divorce her, right? So therefore, a woman can get dressed up even when she's in need. That's why they allowed a woman. So it's same meaning. We're not talking about nida here. We're talking about when she's not a nida. They had to allow a woman to wear nice clothing, specifically a sheitel, in her chotzer on Shabbos, and otherwise every Shabbos, like Jesse was saying, they're going to look disgusting.
So we're only mevatel the rabbanon.
Correct. Exactly.
But if it was deraisa, we're not mevatel.
Of course, right. If it's a deraisa, we're not. Said very well. Yes. If it's a deraisa, we would be mevatel it. we can't be Mavatal, but since it's the Rabbanon, Rabbi Kiva said, and remember, by the way, Agav, I thought about this today. Rabbi Kiva is the one that promised his wife that he's going to buy her that fancy gold thing. So Rabbi Kiva clearly felt it was important for women to wear these things. If that's the case, what's Dava Benidasa? Benidasa tehei achatavi b'mayim. So we're going to dash from that pasuk that a woman is a need until she comes into water, which is really a pashat azach, but that's a big mistake that people make. By the way,
Yaakov, really, this din should only be when she's a zman nida. She can go out with it.
No, why? Every Shabbos, if she can't wear a sheitel every Shabbos, she's going to look disgusting to her husband every Shabbos.
No, we're only worried about the fact that she's a nida. So that's why we mavatal the Rabbanon in the Chatzar, right?
No, the Rabbanon, we're worried about...
We mavatal that she can wear...
We're saying that even though it should be assur for her to wear it because it's a gezeira, she might take it off or whatever it is, right? But we're saying, because that she might look not nice to her husband might divorce her, so we're going to allow it, which is the same thing that we allow when she's a nida. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Now, okay, we're going to stop here, but the bottom Tosfos goes through. The bottom line is, how come we're not makbid on anything that we spent the last week on, right? How come lemaisa we're not makbid? Yeah, so look at the Tosfos Rabbanani, but Rav Sasson Amar Akol Kakovel. Yeah, Vanira, it's not a hard Tosfos. It's a shtickle big, but it's not hard. It's kedai to spend 2-3 minutes just to say, because we paskin sort of like this Tosfos. So Nira, the halacha Rabbi Anani, the halacha is like Rabbi Anani, Medamar Milsei Mishmeidu Rav Yishmael Rav Yossi, because he said it b'shem Rav Yishmael Yossi, Rav Yishmael Tanahu Palig, and Rav Yishmael is a Tan, he disagrees. And by the Rabbanans, we go after the Mekel. Rabbanani the mater b'chotzer, I know a few b'chotzer she'enim u'reves, and Rabbanani, who matters taking it into the chotzer, it's even a chotzer she'enim u'reves, even without a eruv. The b'chotzer u'reves like a shum chiddush. There's no chiddush if it has a chotzer that has an eruv. And women are allowed to wear any jewelry they want in a bayis and a chotzer. Fine, that's all in a bayis and a chotzer. Now, what about Rosh Hashanah though? Now us, that we don't have a proper Rosh Hashanah, to call Rosh Hashanah Shalom Carmelizi, even our Rosh Hashanah that we look at as public property is really only a Carmelist. Our streets are not 16 amas wide, which, by the way, that obviously does not apply nowadays because our streets are 16 amas wide. We don't have 600,000 people, which most communities do not have that. So therefore, he's saying, since we don't really have a Rosh Hashanah nowadays, therefore we are makel for the women. Even though we call it Rosh Hashanah, but Lamaisa, push comes to shove, it's not really Rosh Hashanah.
Well, you cost 878.
No, so you don't even, if you're going to 878, you can say any, your street's also 16 amas wide. So that this one doesn't really work, right? 878 is even worse. There's no 600,000 on N878, but Lamaisa, our streets are wider. Okay, but that's the first pshat, right?
Yaakov, most of the streets are not 16 amas wide.
Sure they are. 30 feet wide, including the sidewalks. Sure they are.
Oh, including the sidewalks.
Well, yes, most streets are 30. Yeah, they are. Now, whether they go from one end of the town to another, that's a different story. Okay, but that's the first shot. But then the re-asks, even if our Rosh Hashanah is considered a Carmelist. By the way, Carmelist, we haven't gotten to this. I mean, we did it a little in the first parak. Carmelist is no man's land. It's not Rosh Hashanah, it's not Rosh Hashanah. Right? So, even so, he's saying, how are we allowing right? We'll get to this Bez Hashem, that when you have a fire, that you're allowed to take all the stuff out of your house to a chutzner that doesn't have an eruv, but you can't take it out to a Carmelist. Meaning, if you had no eruv in town and your house, somebody's house is burning down, you can take everything out of there into your yard, even if your yard has no eruv. But you can't take it out into the street, even if it's not a Rosh Hashanah. So if that's the case, so we're saying Carmelist is not a chutzner. So if Karmel is not a chotzer, how do we allow women to wear jewelry? According to them, they had legitimate rishus harabim. So therefore, we were afraid of Carmelists. But us who don't have a legitimate rishus harabim, we don't have to be so strict. Okay. Rab Shimon Matzakosov b'shem Rabbeinu Sar Shalom the davar shu regilus lahara zulazu assur. This is sort of, I don't know who was saying. Jesse's saying that they don't take off the jewelry, right? So now Rabbeinu Sar Shalom says the davar shu regilus lahara zulazu assur. Something that the women normally would show each other, that's assur. K'she'ena regilus mutaris, but it's something that they don't normally show each other, it's mutar. But Nashe Didan, Taisus is chaylik on my mother. But Nashe Didan, women do not show their jewelry to each other. And that's why we allow them to go out with them to the public.
If the Messiah's changed.
Okay, so then the Messiah could have changed. Then, so that's the last line of Taisus now. And at the end of the day, the Kadmainim say the mutaris latzis behen. The reason why they're allowed to go out is the mutar sheyushayga goes value mazidus.
How is that matter? How's that matter?
One second. They should be shaygig and not do it on purpose. So therefore, if the woman, we're saying that the women are not going to be able to listen. They need to wear their jewelry in the street, which is true. They wear the jewelry outside. A lot of times they don't wear the jewelry inside. Correct? Because then outside they have a need to look good, which is a whole schmooze in itself. But the bottom line is they're not going to listen. So if they're not going to listen, we better not to tell them that they can't do it and then rely on the rest of it's a combination of relying on that it's not really rishus harabim. And they're not going to listen, and then b'meila, they're not going to listen, it's a derabanan. We even matam butush yishayim, like we said a couple of weeks ago, even on a deraisa, it's not mafurish in the Torah. This is a derabanan, it's a gzeira derabanan. And the women don't show things anyways to each other, and our rishus harabim is not really rishus harabim. So with all these things, that's why these halachas are totally forgotten, right? That's basically it. Okay, so that's as an important toisus as you get. That's the Shulchan Aruch brings down this last pshat. It says, "You're muted, observe. You're muted."
Is there any sect of klal Yisroel that does this?
That's machmer. I don't know. I know in our circles you're not.
It sounds from you go up Route 9 in Lakewood. It's a Tizichas Rishus Harabim, right?
Yeah.
That's Tizichas Rishus Harabim.
Right.
Then I would think that
I never heard that anybody's machmer. I never heard.
No, but it sounds from Taisvis.
Yeah.
And the last line of Taisvis that the Kadmoinim got rid of the Gzeira. There is no Gzeira because in their days, Mutar Shiyu Shaygigim. Not necessarily that every dyer after that is Mutar Shiyu Shaygigim. They already said there's no Gzeira.
So you're saying, so they stelled it avek, that it's not like that.
Right.
Okay. I hear. Okay, whatever it is, that's the way we. Is
the whole chash we're worried about that they're going to come take it off and show it, right?
Yes.
So if the mitzvah is changed,
then that helps too, right? That helps too. But here, the matriarch of this Daf Yomi over here says they would show it.
Maybe the next door changed.
It could be. It changes from door to door. I don't know. Men show their watches. We haven't clarified that.
Yeah, but you don't take it off. Men don't take off this stuff.
I know sometimes they take it off. Look at the back, checked out. The bezel's out. And
men take off watches all day long to show their friends.
Okay, see, now you got a Metzias issue. I don't know.
But I've never seen a woman take off her earring. I see them go like this, but I never saw a woman take off their earring.
I've never taken an earring off outside my house.
Well, that's right.
All right. I don't know. Maybe your husband's got to buy you fancier earrings then. Oh.
Yaakov, I got a quick midyan shiloh.
All right.
It's because they're so nice that I wouldn't take them off. I wouldn't want to lose them.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. You got me. Yeah, go
I
ahead,
don't think
Aaron.
you want no wives cursing their husbands because they don't have nice enough jewelry.
Someone asked me if they could
That's
join
true.
the minion. Someone asked me if they could join the minion on the block and they'll stay in their car. Is that considered okay?
It's the same. I don't see a problem with it as long as they could see. Are they going to be part of the 10, or they just want to know if they're davening?
I don't know. I
What
asked
are
it
they
both
asking?
ways.
They're going to be part of the 10, or they just want to know if that's considered davening with a minion?
I guess both.
I think it's fine. I think they're saying that it's fine. That's fine. As long as they don't come out of the car, they're all right.
Uh-huh.
But then 1 second, Aaron, then they didn't have a choice of going to any different minyanim. So now how are you going to get them keep coming to yours? Maybe they'll go to somebody else.
Then we're going to start having traffic.
Jackal, I'm asking for myself. It's supposed to be cold tomorrow morning.
There you go. Well, you said already 8 o'clock is too early for you. So
No, I'm not doing. So someone asked. My father asked me if he could come like that, stay in the car.
So you're going to park in front of your house so you have heat. I got it.
Aaron, if it's your father, he could daven in the car and be the chazan. He davens so loud. No?
Very good. Very good, Tiago. Very good.
All right. Okay, good talk, everybody. Good talk. Good talk.
Shavua tov, l'chaim. A week full of simchas.
Hi, Bobby. How are you, sweetie?